Good morning and hello, I'm Professor Code and this is the Forex Supermodel Racing Review for Friday the 19th of August 2022. Quick look at yesterday's results then for Thursday the 18th. We're at Chepstow on the flat in the 215. We had got two horses in that race. There's only three in the race anyway. Ours was number 2 Alpha Crew, which was the eventual winner at 11 to 8. We got £2 per £8 unit at 9 to 4. And we're also on this Lady Packs a Punch number 5, which came third at 25 to 1, which was a major drifter. We initially went on 250. We were using this Alpha Crew basically as a break-even small profit hedge, and we were having a go at this Lady Packs a Punch. Initially we put 250 on at 6.6 to 1. Which was reasonable at the time, but it drifted out sort of about 12s, and we had another go. We managed to get 13 to 1. We had £1 per £8 unit at 13 to 1, and it just kept drifting and drifting, and we pulled the plug. Then we didn't add to it anymore, so we ended up with 350 of an £8 unit on Lady Packs a Punch, which came last unfortunately, and we had this £2 per £8 unit at 9 to 4, which won. So we ended up with a profit of about 0.95, call it £1 per £8 unit, or per £5.50 stake effectively, and that's where we are. So we had a break even to small profit on there. So the account came up a little bit, plus 69.38 units in profit. So this Alpha Crew basically dominated this LER. We didn't think we'd go the 99 pace for the mile at Chepstow, and it didn't really. And Lady Packs a Punch didn't in the end. So anyway, we'll stop it there and write up today's racing. Right, back, we've written up today's racing then for Friday the 19th. We've got no filter 1, which is our structural filter, no ratio filter, but we do have an alternate. It's the last race at Wolverhampton this evening on the all-weather at 9 o'clock. It's a handicap class 6, 3-year-old, 0 to 60, 1 mile 4, 51 yards. What do we know about mile and a half at Wolverhampton? Well, it's modelled at 90. It's at the slower end of the spectrum. So Dundalk fastest 94. What was that? Yes, 94. That should be 93. Lingfield's 93. Kempton's 92. Newcastle's 91. It's getting close. And Wolverhampton, as we said, is 90. And Chelmsford and Southwell are slower at 89. It's marginally slower. So it's right at the bottom end of the pace surface profile, so it's a sort of takes the edge off the speed, but there is a bit of speed involved as it's all weather. Anyway, we've had non-runner, so number 2 is a non-runner, so there's 3 horses in the race. The likely favourite is this number 1 Timestamp, which is the 1 to 3 favourite. What do we know about Timestamp? Well, it got its handicap mark after 3 runs, so at Chelmsford 8, Newmarket 8, and Chelmsford 10. Basically, they were reasonable races, and it was pretty stuffed in all those. So it ended up with a relatively low handicap mark. So it ended up with a 55 official rating. It then went out to Chelmsford on 1 mile 6 on the 9th of August. Basically it led on the rail at a soft pace and had an easy trip and won that. That was a very weak race. That was a 55.56, and this is 55.67. So it's about £10 superior, this race. It then went out on the 14th to the 8th. Chelmsford again, 1 mile 6 handicap, and that was a weak race as well. That was a 46.62, and it started off a bit slow, and then it took the lead and dominated again. So basically, this horse it needs to dominate. When it can't dominate off a relatively slow pace, it's in trouble. And it's not beaten much, and it's been pumped up £8 in the handicap from its original 55 mark to 63. So we can take that horse on, so we can give that the chop. So we're left with this number 4 Malcolm and number 3 BBX. If we look at Malcolm number 4, basically got its handicap mark at Kempton twice and Southall on the all-weather. So that's where that happened. And then it went to Bath on the 11th of the 6th. Now Bath is model 91, which is fairly close at 10 furlongs, and that was a decent run, and that was a decent race, really, relatively speaking. It's a 57.65, so pretty much where we are today. And then it went to Leicester. It had a wide and difficult trip there, so it didn't fire. But then it went to Lingford on the 13th to the 7th, which is a significant race. That's 10 furlongs, and that's model 94, which is a bit quicker. And it had speed on the rail, that horse. So it's got the speed, this horse, to take on and upset this Timestamp, who is unlikely to be able to dominate, and is fairly one-paced, unless it's running against very weak opposition. So we quite like Malcolm, but the odds are a little bit tight on it. So we've got £1 per 8 units. £8 units at 3.1 to 1, so 3 to 1 really. So that gives us our lead into this one, BBX, which is, what do we know about BBX? Well, it's been off for 324 days. It's changed trainers. If you look at the pedigree, it's got 1 mile 4 written all through it. It's bred by sort of Derby winning horses, and it's changed trainers, as we said. It initially started at Brighton in a maiden, 5.5 furlongs, which is very quick, model 99, and it does have the speed and stayed on that horse. So that was a reasonable start. And then it went to Yarmouth and Chelmsford to get its mark, which are faster courses, and it ended up with a mark of 70, which was it struggled with. So it then had various races at Haydock, Leicester, and a couple of races at Wolverhampton at 6. Now this is the key thing. Wolverhampton at 6 is model 93, so it's quicker because of the shorter distance, but nevertheless it is the surface. And if you look at 17th to the 8th, Wolverhampton, 6 furlongs, that was a 74, and it had a bad trip in it. It basically had speed and got blocked on its approach in the final furlong, so it had a difficult trip. Then it went on the I think it's the 25th of the 8th, Wolverhampton again 6 furlongs, and it came third, and that was an 86, and that was a fairly decent run as well. And then it had a couple of deteriorating runs on the flat, not on the all-weather. So and it's been off say 324 days. It's changed trainers. The horse has got a pedigree to run 1 mile 4 quite nicely, and it's a speed horse, and who knows. But anyway, we've got £1.50 per £8 unit at 16 to 1, which is pretty good odds. There's a bit of an overround on 107% on Betfair at the moment, so that could change, but we didn't want to miss the price. So anyway, that's good enough for us. So we've got £2.50 per £8 unit on that. Gives us exposure of 0.3125 of a unit. So we'll see how we go with that. It's a 3-horse race, so this Timestamp is going to struggle to lead, and we know that when it struggles, it won't go a fast pace. It has to dictate. So and these 2 horses are speed horses, so we've got a chance at decent odds. So we'll see where we go with that. So if you subscribe, thank you very much, and welcome, and we'll review this tomorrow, and thanks for watching, and goodbye.